Coach, so I'm going to do a feature about Kendall, so about her history as a martial artist. So do you think of, do you recruit not just multi-sport athletes, but athletes that can, kind of balance themselves the way that it requires for her to?
Yeah, honestly, that was just a lucky find for us. As we started to get to know her, it was her play on the basketball court that drew our attention. Then getting to know her and you learn more things about her. It's pretty cool. You watch her play. She plays with a scowl on her face all the time. I think she'll probably tell you she gets that from her big brother. But if you watched him play and watch her play, they play very similarly.
All right. Hey, also I had to just bug the question in the room. Stephanie White, the Caitlin Clark, coming together, having coached against her, and and Stephanie White. How huge is that? I want to get your thoughts.
Yeah, it's awesome. Super excited to have Steph back in the state of Indiana. One of the great basketball minds in our game, and obviously the GOAT here. And everything she did for our program. But I think you take her basketball mind, and then Caitlin Clark's ability on the floor, and then you add in Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. I think Steph can have a lot of fun on the offensive end.
All right, and then you got Hannah Hidalgo, Notre Dame on Sunday. How do you scheme for a guard that is that skilled and can do so much?
Nah, she's it's we're gonna try it by committee, but it's not just Hannah. Olivia Miles is back out there. Citron can play with everybody. They're just a team full of pros. We're going to have our hands full, but I know for certain we're going to compete. And if we can do that for 40 minutes, we don't have to beat them 10 times. Hopefully we can just find a way to beat them once.
After you went back to film, especially in that fourth quarter, what you like, where does maybe some improvements start needing to be made there?
It seemed like we got a little bit comfortable. I think when we go up by 21 there on Mari's and one, and we seemed like just a little lackadaisical and comfortable. We haven't watched film yet. We're about to do that here today. So they got us on got us in rotation on long closeouts where we gave up middle drives, and not something we want to do. And just poor closeouts, poor feet. Lana and KP maybe stepping up a little bit too high. And then just hands down on closeouts. Things that are just basic fundamental stuff that we just kind of maybe lost our head. The effort was still there. It was just lack of concentration and locking into fundamentals. So for 30 minutes, I thought we did a decent, solid job of that. And in the fourth quarter, we just kind of let it slip away from us. But luckily for us, we had a solid lead and we were able to figure it out.
Just how eager are you to kind of see your team against a top 5-6 team in Notre Dame, just to get an assessment of kind of where you're at this stage?
Yeah, well, I feel like I know where we are. So, it's when we scheduled Notre Dame, it was about the program trying to get back to that level, we're aware of what happened to us last year, and we hung 39 on them up there, we had 39 points, and it's a very lonely fourth quarter on the sideline there, and they're good. Neil does a great job. Like I said, they're full of pros over there. She wins in the recruiting world, and she's a great basketball mind as well with an elite staff around her. But it's all about competing. We're going to try some things and find a way to see if we can put the ball. I do think we score the ball better than we did last year from all spots. So hopefully the ball goes in our way, but if we can compete for 40 minutes, we'll be happy.
Do you think Lana and KP are going to do things for you that you didn't have last season to really eat away and really give Notre Dame something that it really didn't have last year as far as your presence and physicality in the post?
They're just naturally bigger, than what we had last year. In just physical nature. Now at the same time, we're a little bit more experienced in the post. Kate Colville is also a freshman, so a very good freshman at that. If Liza's back out there playing for them, she sat out their last game. So an experienced post who's pretty good. They're just bigger physically by nature. I don't know what it translates. I saw a lot of young mental mistakes in our first game, and that I feel like a team like Notre Dame will take advantage of right away. So we got to do a good job of prepping them here for the next 2 days and see if we can get them as ready to go.
With a new team, just the opportunity this early in the season to have a big in-state game and to kind of introduce them to the fans and stuff.
Yeah, excited for our group. You know, on the little walks that I go with all our players, you know, they're fearless and they're competitive human beings, and they want to go out there and test to see where they are, but they want to show that they belong too. You know, and to have 7 new faces, and then you add Amaya too, who wasn't a part of it on the floor, to play in front of a Mackey crowd on a Sunday night on FS1 against the top 5 team. I mean, where else would you want to be but right there at Mackey on Sunday?